The brave hunter. Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by tall green hills, there lived a hunter named Rian. He was known far and wide for his skill with a bow and arrow. He could strike a bird in flight or hit the smallest fruit from a tree. But though Rian was strong and skilled, he was not proud. He hunted only what the village needed and always thanked the forest for what it gave. He never took more than he should. One season, however, the forest began to change. The animals grew scarce, and the winds carried strange whispers. The villagers grew hungry, and Rian decided to go deeper into the woods than he ever had before. "Be careful," warned the village elder. "There are places in the forest where no human has walked for 100 years. "I must go," Rian said. "The people are hungry. I will not return empty-handed." He took his bow, his quiver of arrows, and a small charm his mother had given him for protection. Then he walked into the forest, following the trail where even the light of the sun seemed afraid to go. For a long time, he found nothing. No birds, no deer, not even a rabbit's track. The forest was silent, watching him. At last, just as he was about to turn back, he saw something glowing through the trees. He followed it carefully until he reached a wide clearing. There, standing by a pool of silver water, was a great white stag. Its fur shimmered like moonlight, and its eyes glowed with calm wisdom. Rian's breath caught. The stag was magnificent. He raised his bow, but found his hands trembling. The stag did not run. It only looked at him, steady and calm, almost human. Then a soft voice echoed in Rian's mind. "Hunter of the hills, why have you come to this sacred place?" Rian froze. "Who speaks?" The stag bowed its head slightly. "I do. I am the guardian of this forest. For many years I have watched your people hunt with care. But lately, greed and fear have taken root. You seek to take what the forest cannot give." Rian lowered his bow. "The village is starving," he said quietly. "I only came to feed my people." The stag's eyes softened. "Then your heart is true. But the forest is dying because something dark has awoken beneath it. If you truly wish to save your people, you must face the darkness, not hunt the light." Without another word, the stag turned and walked toward a narrow path between the trees. Rian followed. They came to the mouth of a dark cave hidden behind a curtain of vines. A cold wind blew from within. "This is where it sleeps," said the stag. "A shadow that feeds on greed and fear. It drains life from the forest and hunger from men's hearts. If it is not stopped, both will fall to ruin." Rian hesitated. "How can I fight something I cannot see?" The stag's antlers glowed faintly. "With courage and with the truth in your heart." Rian nodded, took a deep breath, and stepped into the darkness. Inside, the air was heavy and thick. He walked carefully, guided only by the faint glow of his charm. Then he heard it, a low growl, deep and cold. Two red eyes opened in the dark. "You came to take," the voice hissed. "Like all men." Rian stood firm. "No, I came to give." The shadow laughed. "What can you give to darkness?" "My courage," Rian said, his voice steady. "And my promise to protect, not destroy." The charm in his hand began to shine brighter, flooding the cave with light. The shadow screamed and twisted, trying to escape, but the light grew stronger until it filled every corner. When it faded, the darkness was gone. The cave was silent again. Rian stumbled outside, blinking at the sunlight. The forest was alive once more. The trees gleamed with green leaves, the air smelled of blossoms, and birds sang overhead. The white stag stood waiting. "You have done well, brave hunter," it said. "The forest is free again. Return to your people and remind them that the world gives most to those who take only what they need." Rian bowed deeply. "I will remember." When he returned to the village, the fields were already growing green again, and the rivers were full. The people rejoiced, and though they asked many times what had happened, Rian only smiled and said, "The forest keeps its secrets. We must keep its peace." And from that day on, Rian was no longer known simply as a hunter, but as the guardian of the forest.